and gentlemen, you really need to know that every healthy and very beautiful harvest that you need to get from your vegetable production starts right from nursery bed and right from the healthy seedlings that you raise from your nursery bed. Ladies and gentlemen, as I promised you the other time that in the previous video we showed you how you can make a nursery bed, and today I'm going to share with you how you can plant on the nursery bed and the different activities that you can really do on your nursery bed in order to get healthy seedlings. Okay, so make sure that you watch this video up to the end, because by the end of this video you would really know all the techniques of how you can raise healthy seedlings from nursery bed in order for you to get healthy seedlings for transplant and also get good harvest in your vegetable production. We are just going to start right from here. We have really made our nursery bed as we showed you the other time in the previous video, and make sure that before you sow your seeds in the nursery bed, you are supposed to make sure that your nursery bed is very, very flat. Okay, you need to level it to be very flat in order for it not to allow flow of water that will affect the sprouting of the seedlings, of the seeds. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here are the seeds that we are going to sow here on this nursery bed. And before we start the sowing process, let me just first talk about the seeds. Okay, let me just talk about the seeds. What do you really need to do in healthy seedlings? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the first secret is the seed. You need to get very good and high quality seeds. Remember, they always say in the computer science, garbage in is garbage out. Okay, what you put in is what you get out. When you use quality seeds, you will get quality products. Okay, so make sure that you get high quality seeds. And right here I have the seeds for eggplant, I have the seeds for lettuce, and also I have the seeds for green pepper. Okay, so the secret is of the seed. You need to get the seeds right from a very certified source, and for me right here I'm using only hybrid seeds. Okay, and one of the things that you really need to consider in the seeds, you need to make sure that the seeds that you have are also well treated. Okay, remember we have a lot of challenges of the diseases in the soil. Okay, in the soil, these seeds can be treated by coating them with different fungicides or as different chemicals that will make them overcome the challenges in the soils. Okay, I show you the sample of well treated seeds. Okay, so you see these seeds that have been well treated, you can see them coated red. Okay, that is the chemical that they have been really treated with in order to avoid the fungal infection, in order to make them to sprout very well, and also avoid the different pests that can eat them right from the soil. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, as we are talking about sowing these seeds, okay, we need to know that on nursery bed we create what they call furrows. Okay, show how you can make furrows for sowing seeds in your nursery bed. Okay, furrows are just the lines that you make on your nursery bed as you are sowing. Okay, this is the line which we call furrows. But remember, we are talking about healthy seedlings. The health of the seedlings also come about by how you space your furrows. You should not make the seedlings very congested. And another thing, remember, here we have used furrows. We have not broadcasted, guys. Never broadcast seeds on your nursery, but make sure that they are well organized in line, so that it can even ease the management, the different management that will come afterwards when your seeds have sprouted. Remember, you are supposed to weed, you are supposed to even apply manure as they are here in order for them to be healthy enough. Okay, so we have created furrows, but again I'm reminding you, never broadcast. Make sure that you create furrows or else you create line. Okay, so as we are creating this line, we need to know that we need to have proper spacing of these furrows. The first thing that we really need to know is the spacing. How do we do the spacing of these furrows on this seed bed? Okay, remember the first furrows, the spacing from the first furrows to the second furrows is always 15 centimeters, and 15 centimeters is just this thing that I've done. This is the measurement of 15 centimeters, guys. Just open your thumb like this, and from here up to here makes the 15 centimeters. So you can bring here, you just put here from one furrow to the next, and then you make your 15 centimeter measurement. Okay, okay, you make your 15 centimeter. Okay, so we are spacing in the we are putting a spacing of 15 centimeters between one furrow to another. Okay, so this is the spacings that we have made. Now when we have made this spacing, we can now come on. Okay, remember we are going to put different seedlings here. I will proceed later. We are going to put all these three different kind of seeds. We are going to sow all of them right here on this nursery bed. I will just partition them according to the seeds that I've put. Okay, remember I told you the other time that you can make 1 meter wide nursery bed, and the length you can make it according to your wish. So I've made the 5 meters, and in these 5 meters of 3 different crops right here on this one. Okay, so I'm sowing here. This eggplant. Okay, I'm sowing eggplant. Okay, so how do we now sow this eggplant? You can see here we are now sowing this. Okay, remember as we are sowing, we sow them within the furrow. Okay, and you should not make too much of them in one furrow. In one furrow, you should not make too much of them. I think you can see. Okay, depending also on the germination test that you have done. If you have really done your germination test and you found that the percentage of germination is not all that proper, have a high quality seed, you expect to have also high quality germination. You can see here how we are putting we have sown this. Okay, they need to cover them thinly. Don't put heavy soil. Okay, you need to cover them thinly. Don't put a lot of soil. I think you can see you need to cover them thinly, not a lot of soil. Okay, can do thin covering. Okay, we have sown our seeds. You saw we have sown our seed. We have covered. We have even we have shown you a lot of things, a lot of processes of coming up to this stage. Now right here we are now going to put grass cover on this seedbed in order for it to sprout very well. Remember, warmth is also one of the important requirements for germination. So we are trying to put this grass cover. Okay, we are trying to put this grass cover on the seed bed in order for it to provide warmth, and also in order for it to guard the seed bed from direct water pressure and also any other thing that can come and disorganize this ground. Okay, we want this ground to be very protected even from sunshine, so that the soil can remain very soft, the soil can remain very warm, in order to provide conducive environment for germination. Okay, so right here we have decided to raise this dry grass. Okay, remember we don't want to put it directly on the seed bed, just for one reason, that it can easily be attracting termites. Okay, so we have ever tried to put it also direct on the seedbed, but termites just comes and eat this grass and they disorganize the germination process. Even sometimes they go on even eating the sprouted seedlings. So we just want to put this in order to we need to put it on a raised ground in order to protect the seedlings from also termites. So this is how we put the grass cover. Okay, remember it is raised. It's raised, so it is not going to even touch the ground to cause problem on the seedlings as they germinate. And another importance of this grass cover is that when you're watering, it reduces the water pressure that comes and hit the ground, because you're watering on the grass will now drip. The grass will now drip this water. Okay, drip the water slowly onto the seed bed in a way that it cannot now bring the pressure to the ground. Okay, warmth and increase germination, increase the chances of proper germination. Okay, all remember our motive is just to have healthy and have perfect seedlings right from nursery bed. So we are doing all this in order to improve on the chances of our seedlings coming very well right from nursery bed. And remember, don't put, I'm repeating this once and again, don't put fresh grass. You need to put what? Dry grass, okay? You need to put dry grass for the reason that when you put fresh grass, it is not going to provide proper coverage, because as they're drying, they will start now reducing. It will not bring proper coverage. So this is what we got to do, okay? This is what we got to do. And after you have done that, you can do additional watering. Remember, I talked about watering, okay? You can do watering. So you see, it is reducing the water pressure. It takes now water down there where the seeds are. It takes water very slowly. That cannot be problem to the seedlings, okay? To the seeds as they are preparing to sprout out, okay? And even if it rains, okay? Even if it rains, it brings a lot of rain, still this one will give a proper cushion to the seedlings, that they will remain there safe, not deeply buried, and still the sprouting or its germination will be successfully done. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you also put that into consideration. The next activity that you really need to do right after you have sown your seeds in your nursery bed is to do watering, okay? Watering is very important. Remember, when you water your seeds after you have sown them in the nursery bed, the germination process starts right from there, okay? Right from there, because it is going to absorb water, which will activate the enzymes in the seed to start the growth process. So you need to do watering of your seeds. Never forget to water your seed right after you have sown them, okay? So we are doing watering. And how do you do this watering? You need to make sure that you do it in a way that it does not allow, they don't flow on the nursery bed to start causing erosion or to start moving the seeds from one point to another. You need to do a gentle watering that cannot really affect the seeds that you have sown. That cannot even cause deep burying of these seeds that you have sown. So you need to do gentle watering, as you can see here. Remember, I told you to make your nursery bed very flat for the reason that when you are watering, it does not flow to erode your seeds, okay? So watering is very, very, very important. And this watering, you just don't stop with it, sown your seeds in your nursery bed. This watering is the activity that you do 2 times every single day. You do it at least you do it in the morning, and you also do it in the evening. So every single day you need to do this activity thrice, okay? Thrice when you are just raising them from nursery bed. So watering is very important, and I've told you the reason as to why you need to water your seedlings in order for it to boost the growth process in the seeds. And also watering makes the soil very soft for the seeds to really come through, to really maneuver out from the soil during the process of germination. When you leave the soil very dry, the seeds which are growing right from from underground, they will get it very hard for them to move out of the ground. So it will affect your germination process. So watering is done thrice in the early stage of nursery bed, in the early stage of raising seedlings from nursery bed. Unless otherwise, during the later time, that's when you can reduce it to once in the process of hardening. But in the beginning, thrice, okay? Thrice, okay? Having shown you that, we are now going to the third activity that you really need to do in your nursery bed in order for you to get healthy seedlings. So the next activity that you're supposed to do once your seeds have germinated is weeding, okay? Weeding is very, very important. Remember, the health of your seeds starts from how you can really reduce on the competition that they are supposed to face from other form of plants like weeds, okay? Remember, these weeds, they can compete with their seedlings for different resources that we know: the light, the water, nutrients, and very many other. So the only thing that you can really do in order to give your seedlings the opportunity to grow in a very healthy way is to remove these weeds in time. Okay, some people, they do very big mistake of first letting the weed to grow, and they don't just come in time to save their crops from weeds. Okay, you are supposed to be seeing that you do oftenly weeding of your nursery bed. Right here you can see there are weeds which are sprouting. They're very small yet, okay, that you're supposed to remove them, okay, before they could really become so much and so big. Okay, never undermine the existence of weeds in your nursery bed. Okay, make sure that you remove them in order to give opportunity for your seedlings to grow in a very healthy way. So remove weeds in your seedlings time often before they could sprout out. So you need to make sure that you remove weeds in your nursery bed in order for you to raise healthy seedlings. Okay, so weeding is very important activity that you are supposed to undertake in order for you to get healthy seedlings in your from your nursery bed. Ladies and gentlemen, the next activity that you need really to do in order for you to get healthy seedlings from your nursery bed is spraying. Okay, remember, it is very important to protect your seedlings from diseases, from pests, and from any other enemies. I showed you how you can protect them against weeds. Right here I'm showing you how you can protect them against diseases and pests. Remember, we have this activity called spraying. You need to do it on routinely basis when you are producing your seedlings, and this routinely basis you can do them after like every 1 week, depending on the disease situation in your place, and also after every 2 weeks. Okay, remember, here we have what we call fungicide. Fungicide, you spray them as a preventive measures. Even if you're seeing your seedlings are still looking healthy, you need to spray this fungicide. Okay, you need to spray fungicide routinely in order to protect them from the fungal infection. Okay, so fungicide is very important. Remember, here we are using ethane, but it is having mancozeb. There are different fungicide outside there that you can use based on where you are, but make sure that you spray fungicide on routinely basis in order to get healthy seedlings. And this fungicide, remember, this ethane is containing what we call mancozeb. There are very many others that some people are using indophil, depending on where you are and depending on the different interests. You can get the one which can really suit you, but you need to know that fungicide is supposed to be sprayed on routinely basis. And right here we are spraying right here this ethane on our seedlings in order for us to, we are spraying them as a preventive measures. Okay, even if you're not seeing any disease sign, you need to spray this fungicide. And remember, these seedlings, they are very prone to fungal infection. Okay, they're very prone to fungal infection. More especially, we have a series of them like dumping off. There are very many that affect these seedlings, in the nursery bed. Okay, there are very many. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have proper spraying against this. Right here you can see we are also spraying these tomatoes that we have put on this raised bed. Why have we put them in this raised bed? Because we are trying to dodge pest. Is also a measure of preventing pest infection. We are trying to dodge pest on the ground. Okay, we transplanted, we sowed this one. As you can see, they have not, they germinated, but pest called ricket cut most of them, and it has affected them. So we have put this one on a raised ground in order to avoid the rickets from reaching. And you can see these ones have sprouted very well, and none of them have been affected by pests. And now we are spraying fungicide because we have seen the signs of dumping off. Some of them were dumping off. That's why we are telling you it is very important for you to spray this fungicide on routinely basis as a measure of getting healthy seedlings. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing that you need not to forget after you have sown your seedling, and this is what most other people always ignore, but is very important. You need to get back to your farm book, farm record book, and record the activity that you have done, ladies and gentlemen. You need really to record this activity. You need really to make sure that in recording of this activity, you record the date of sowing in the nursery bed. You need to record the seeds that you have sown in the nursery bed, the variety that you have sown. It is very important, guys. It makes you really to be sure of when you are expecting to remove, you are expecting to transplant your seedlings from nursery bed. It is very important to do record keeping of whatever thing that you have sown. Okay. So you need to make sure that you don't forget that particular activity. Make sure you have record of what you have just done by putting in the date you have sown, and also putting in the seeds, the crop that you have sown, and what variety that you have sown in the nursery bed is very important for you. Okay, make sure you don't forget that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Those are the things that I wanted to share with you to guide you on how you can get healthy seedlings from your nursery bed, in order for you to get even and make a proper transplant, and also have healthy plants in your garden, which will in turn give you healthy and high quality harvest to bring you a lot of money. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. And remember, in this channel, we always take you through things about agribusiness and vegetable farming, or as horticulture farming is one of the creative form of agribusiness that we have identified that we can also guide you with. Remember, you are supposed to subscribe, and my name is Mabu Mahmoud, and on this very channel we shall be giving you video on a weekly basis. Okay, remember, behind the camera is my little brother Abdul Razak Mahmoud, and is doing a perfect job. Thank you so much. So that is all that I've been really in need of sharing with you. I think you have really seen the list of activities that you really need to do in order for you to get a successful harvest, and also in order for you to be successful in your vegetable production business. Okay, bye bye.